Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to the second part of the Fire Emblem Heroes Recommended 4 stars video. In the previous video, we have gone through a total of 14 heroes in rank B, and this time, let's have a look at a hero from a tier higher. Same like the last video, I won't be going too in-depth on each characters. However, we will focus more on their strength, weakness, and some skill recommendation instead. Oh, one important point I forgot to mention in the previous video regarding the ranking criteria. It's not based only on their battle prowess. The unlocking of skills plays an important role too. So don't be surprised that some top tier heroes in Arena might not make it to the list. Let's not wait any longer and introduce them. The loyal and serious Kunoichi from Hoshido, the personal retainer of Ryoma, the honorable ninja Kagero. Arguably the strongest dagger unit in the game. She has the highest base attack and third for combined attack and speed among all colorless units. Kagero is an infantry killer thanks to her poison dagger, and together with a high attack and speed, she could easily take down an army of foot soldiers. Her main weakness? Her low HP and defense. Instant kill by brave weapons. Skill recommendation for Kagero? The ambitious, ruthless king of Macedon, the elder brother of Minerva and Maria, Michaelis. Being the only unit in the game that has the skill Yote Shield, Michaelis is the only flyer that could neutralize arrows' effectiveness by default. He wields the halter claw that has a might of 16 and accelerates special trigger count. If combined with quicken pulse, he could use skills such as Moonbow straight at the start. Michaelis has the second highest defense among flyers, losing to only Baruka, but his high base attack makes him a popular choice among many players. His biggest weakness is his low speed and resistance. With only 26 and 19 respectively, he could easily be taken down by mages and dragons. Here's a skill recommendation for Michaelis. The sadistic Wyvern Knight, one of Grado's 6 generals, the Dark Moonstone, Walter. Being the only lance-wielding Wyvern rider in the game, the Dark Moonstone has the ideal stats of a DPS. His attack, speed and defense are all in the 30s, making him not only good in offense and also defense too. The cursed land he wields boosts his stats even more in exchange for a little self-damage. Walter's greatest strength will be his passive in C, Panic Ploy, one of the best debuff skill against horse, flyer and armor emblems. His weakness? Archers and mages. Here's a skill recommendation for Walter. An aspiring knight of Altia, the best buddy and rival of Luke, the steady squire Roderick. Being the fastest lance-wielding cavalry in the game, Roderick's true power lies within his weapon. The Fire Sweep lance prevents opponent and himself from making any counter-attack, and with the right buff and passive skill, he could take down foes and leave unscattered. Roderick's assists rally defense and resistance, and his passive in C, Drive Defense, could easily grant an ally a +6 defense, making him a highly sought-after unit. He doesn't have any major flaws, but what you should be concerned of is his inability to counter-attack. And since his defense and resistance are slightly below average, try to avoid giving enemies free hits. Let's have a look at the recommended skills for Roderick. The Tactician of Yllis and a close ally of Crow. The man with no memory before they met. The High Deliverer, Robin Mill. Being the only blue mage with a Raven Tome, Robin's strength is his ability to tank and take down colorless units with ease. He might not have very impressive stats, but overall, his stats are quite well balanced. His defense is considered higher than the average mages, so he has no problem taking a hit or two from swords or lance units. Robin's biggest weakness? Average attack and speed. might not be able to one-round KO anyone without skill inheritance. Speaking about that, let's have a look at some recommended skill build for him. One of the Four Fangs, also known as the Blue Crow, the cold-heartless assassin, Ursula. A cavalry mage with a tome that destroys other horseback units. What an irony. She has Death Blow as her passive in A, which gives her the much needed firepower to take down foes. Ursula is one of the best candidates to inherit the Blade Tome mainly because of her mount. However, she has very low HP and defense, which makes her vulnerable against Archer, especially with brave weapons. Here's a recommended skill build for Ursula. The Prince of Altea, the kind-hearted yet idealistic leader. The Hero King, Mothe. The protagonist of the first ever Fire Emblem game. Mothe is a versatile unit with good attack, speed and defense. By promoting him, you get to unlock the legendary sword Falchion, which is one of the best weapons in the game. Mothe might not be the strongest DPS among the Falchion wielders, but he's definitely the most well-balanced heroes among them. He has the firepower to take down foes, the bulk to take some damage, making him one of the most flexible heroes in the game. Mothe's weakness? His low resistance to magic. Beware of mages like Reinhardt, Lind, and Deltia. Here's a recommended skill build for Mothe. The Princess of Renais, the younger twin sister of Ephraim. The Lady of Restoration, Erika. Arguably the best supporting hero when it comes to stats buffing. Erika wields one of the legendary swords from Renais, the Sick Lin, when being promoted. It grants adjacent ally a +3 attack at the start of each turn, and her passive C, Horn Speed, further grants a +4 speed. Erika is the best friend of any Blade Tome user, as they would reap the most benefits out of her. However, as an offensive unit, she lacks the damage to one-round KO foe, which might trigger skills such as Wings of Mercy, Vantage on foes. Let's have a look at the recommended skill inheritance for Erika. The mysterious swordsman that wears a mask, the enigmatic blade, Mothe. The second Falchion wielder making the list. Being a reward gift for Tempest Trials, Mothe has one of the highest attack and speed among swordsmen, at 34, 36 respectively. Mothe could be used as a strong attacker or healing support with the right skill inheritance. What's more, Mothe is a free unit, so you get to save on those precious orbs for something else. Weakness, her low resistance and no passive skills. You would have to sacrifice a lot of heroes. Recommended skill build for Mothe? The Myrmidon from a Fallen Land. The straightforward swordsman, Athena. Calling her a speedster would be an understatement. Having a base speed of 38 and the second fastest hero in the game are enough to put her in the list. When promoted, she gets to unlock Wardao Plus, a sword that adds extra damage when triggering special. And with Moonbow as her default special, add on with her passive A Sturdy Blow, and with her blistering speed, she could deal a hell lot of damage to enemies standing in her way. However, Athena has her fair share of weakness too. She has low HP and her resistance aren't that great either. Very high chance of getting one hit KO by a blue mage. Now, here's a recommended skill inheritance for Athena. And that's the end of the video for Tier A. Do you agree on our pick? Did your favorite hero make it on the list? If not, they might still appear on the highest tier. Who will be in Tier S? Stay tuned to the next video as we discover the best heroes to be 5-star. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Aki Gaming for more content like this. You could also leave a comment below for any suggestion or follow me on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.